friends! I'm so happy you're here today because I'll be doing a book unhaul. I'm getting rid of over 20 books and some of these will make it onto my Pango, and I'm going to try to time it right so by the time this video is uploaded to YouTube, I hope these books will be there only like an hour or so beforehand, or like an hour and a half onto my Pango, because like I'm trying to time it all right. But I do have work in the morning, so I'm like, I can't take all of these to work, unfortunately. But anyways, let's get into the haul. So I'm getting rid of John Nassau's The Devil's Labyrinth. I read this last year and I gave it 3 stars. I felt like it dragged a lot in it, but yeah. Usually if I give a book 3 stars, I'm not gonna hold on to it super long. And The Deep by Nick Cutter, of course I have to get rid of this one. This one's not in the greatest condition, but I really don't want it anymore. I gave this one 2 stars. And then The Feed and Deadline by Mira Grant. Oops, I just dropped some books. So much fun. I read Feed and I did like it, but I hear horrible things about Deadline, and I was like, I got this like at these bookstore anyways, like super cheap, so maybe I will just try to trade these back in over there. But yeah, if I'm hearing bad stuff about it, I probably won't revisit it. I honestly don't know why I have this book. I can't tell you where it came from, but I'm gonna get rid of it. It's Let It Snow. This is a 3 holiday romance book by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and who else? Lauren Miracle. I don't know how to say it. But yeah, I will not be reading this ever. And then the next book I'm getting rid of is actually an ARC copy of Hairpin Bridge by Taylor Adams. I don't know why I blanked on the name. I loved this book. I love No Exit too. But this is an ARC, so I need to get my hands on like an actual Hairpin Bridge edition, and I will be donating this. The next book I'm getting rid of is When Darkness, well, I almost said When Darkness Loves. No, I'm not getting rid of that book. The next book I'm getting rid of is People Who Eat Darkness. This is a true crime book about a murder in Japan, and like that killer and like his capture and stuff. This was an interesting true crime case because it really delved into the Japanese legal system, and their conviction rate is like 99% there. So they really, when they go to court to convict. So it was really interesting, but I won't be rereading it anytime soon. The next book I am getting rid of is Dragon Tears by Dean Koontz. I gave this book 3 stars. It dragged a lot. There is a fun POV of a dog in this though that I did enjoy, but yeah, I won't be rereading it anytime soon, and I think I found this in a little free library box, so I will be donating that one as well. The Captives by Deborah Jo Amergut. I don't know where this book came from, but I think it's like a thriller or like a legal thriller. No, not a legal thriller. I think this is about captives. I don't know. And the next book is Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian. This is a YA fantasy book, and you guys know I don't read a ton of fantasy or any fantasy anymore, so yeah, I will be getting rid of this one. I think I got this one because people called it Trash Princess, because like in the book she's actually called Trash Princess because her kingdom's taken over, and I thought that was really funny for some reason. I don't know. The next book is Girl in Cabin 13 by AJ Rivers. Again, I don't remember getting this book, so I probably got it at the thrift store or something. But yeah, I won't be reading it anytime soon or ever. And then The Glass Forest by Cynthia Swanson. I have no idea where this came from either. Just like a thriller book, probably from the dollar store or something. I was like, oh, a thriller, maybe I'll read that one day. And then The Hellfire Club by Jake Taper, who is a CNN correspondent. This is his nonfiction book about the Hellfire Club that I will never read. The next book I'm getting rid of is An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. This was on my 22 and 22 last year, and of course I didn't read it. I didn't read barely any books from that. So yeah, I'm getting rid of that because I have no desire to read it. I think it's like a sci-fi book. And then the next book I'm getting rid of is one of my Book of the Month books, The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Pinner. This is like a historical fiction, dark historical fiction, I guess, about a woman like poisoning people. I enjoyed it, but again, I probably won't be rereading it. The cover has the well, there's like these bugs in the story, but I forgot about it, and I really thought there was like a straight up green beetle on this book. When I pulled it out of my shelves, I was like, oh no, and then I was like, that is the cover, Katrina. Calm down. The next book I'm getting rid of is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I really liked this book. This is a 5-star thriller for me. This got me back into reading. This got me back into thrillers. And it's one of my first Book of the Month books that I got. You can tell it's kind of starting to yellow a bit. But yeah, I loved this, but again, I won't reread it. I pulled this off my shelves and I was like, do you remember the ending? And I do, so I won't be rereading it anytime soon. And the next book I'm getting rid of too is another Book of the Month pick, and that is The Lies We Told by Camilla Way. I really enjoyed this thriller, but again, I don't reread thrillers. If I did, it would probably be a super dark thriller. It might be a Jennifer Hillier book that I decided to reread. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I do recommend this book, but I won't be rereading it. And the last Book of the Month book I'm getting rid of is Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. I really liked this book, but again, I won't be rereading it. This has a really crazy twist at the end too, so I still remember it. And I love this cover too. It feels like really cool. And yeah, it actually, like now thinking about the cover, it makes sense with the ending. So I'm getting rid of some Riley Sager books. I really like the cover of his new release that's coming out this year, so I really want to get that, and these tend to all kind of have the same look to them. And even Home Before Dark does, but I still really like that cover, so I'm keeping that one. But The Last Final Girls I'm getting rid of, Lock Every Door, and The Last Time I Lied, and then Survive the Night. As you can tell, like these all kind of like all have the same deal going on with the cover. And yeah, I usually buy all of his books when they come out. I didn't buy House Across the Lake. I just listened to it. But yeah, I remember these endings very well still, so I won't be rereading them. If I do, I'd probably pick audio anyways to do a reread of these. But yeah, I'm excited for his new style and like his new release. I don't know why I did that with these. That kind of hurt my arm. So there you have it. That was a really quick unhaul. Check out my Pango. It will be linked down below if you want any of these books. If I don't put the book that you want up there, just DM me or whatever and let me know. And I hope you guys have a great day and an awesome weekend. Bye!